All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jolie Cooper, and today I will be speaking to you all about the power of showing up. The power of showing up is important, such as showing up to your responsibilities, doing your schoolwork, going to work, keeping up with family members, showing family members that you are able to be there for them when you need them or when they need you, vice versa. Building momentum is important. Now, I want you all to imagine yourself while you're sitting in a bedroom and you have this big old to-do list and you just can't do it. You can't bring yourself to do it. You can't find the courage to do it. You're making all these excuses, even if you don't realize you're making excuses, but you know that you're making excuses because you are just resisting to get off your phone. You're doom scrolling on TikTok and you're just falling behind. And then it just becomes a cycle. Now, this is why building momentum is important. Motivation is fleeting and unreliable. There is not going to be an everyday situation 365 days out of the year that you are just motivated. I mean, there's going to be some days where you just want to bed rot. There's going to be some days where you just don't want to say a word to anyone. And there's going to be some days where you feel like you can do all of it. And that's all great. It's all part of the process. But motivation is something that you cannot rely on. To be successful, you have to have consistency. Consistency is a big part of why I have been able to grow out of that bad habit of procrastinating, not doing my work, falling behind, and even letting old relationships go that in reality I should have kept. But because I was so comfortable in the place that I was in, I lost a lot of connections. Like it wasn't working for me and I got sick of it. And the way it happened is that one day I got sick of, always feeling alone, falling behind, not having someone to rant to. Just, I was in a really bad cycle. And the only thing that could help me is building momentum. Now, when I say building momentum, I mean getting up and doing small things, such as I'm going to go to Panera today and I'm going to study for 10 minutes. Even if it's that, that's building momentum because you got out of bed, you brushed your teeth, you got dressed, and now you're going to Panera to do some work. Even if it's just for 10 minutes, we'll take it. It's better than bed rotting. Building momentum is something that eventually turns into consistency. Consistency is key. Like I said earlier, if we let ourselves go due to the feeling of being comfortable, due to the feeling that, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, or oh, I'll just start next week, or I have to wait on the new year, or I have to wait on the first of the month, it just won't happen. It will not happen. Consistency is key. Regular effort over time yields greater results than sporadic, intense bursts. So, what this means is that I could Monday through Wednesday, I could bed rot and just complain, and not change anything. But then comes Thursday, and all of a sudden, I feel like I'm gonna conquer everything that I didn't do that week on that Thursday. That may work for some people for the meantime, but it will not work forever. This is why it's important to be consistent because look at it like this. You could have had that Thursday to relax. But instead, you're spending that Thursday catching up on things that you could have done Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and now you're just building a cycle where you have to play catch up, and that's not always great. It's also not great for your system. It's not great for your regulatory system in your body because now it's in fight or flight mode because things are due. And you're trying to run and play catch up to do the things that you were supposed to do that you had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to do, but you were not consistent and we're looking for that motivation to somehow come. That's not how it works. Showing up for yourself is super important. It all starts with getting out of bed. The small little habits, such as maybe do a little prayer, do a little Bible study, read or write something that you're grateful for. Showing up shows capability. Showing up shows confidence, and showing up helps build your new identity. Now, this is important because if we do not show up for ourselves, then I just want y'all to think what would happen to you? What would happen to you if you just stopped showing up to yourself? Personally, I can say that I would just rot, because I can get so comfortable and just being the way that I am, just lay in bed all day, watch my phone, just not have a care in the world. Like, it's so easy to become comfortable. But I can have two identities. I can have an identity where I'm miserable every day. I'm watching the world happen when I'm in my room, just looking at my phone. The world is happening around me, and I'm just in a hole in my room. Or I can be this other identity because I chose to pick myself and show up for myself. I can be in this new identity where I wake up early. I go to the gym. I go get breakfast with a friend. I go to school. I go to work, come back, get a nice dinner, and go to sleep. That is such a much better identity. I don't think that anyone could say that they want to spend the rest of their lives on their beds, mourning the life they could have had just because they lacked motivation. Now, again, this is my point where consistency is is much more important than what motivation is. Your presence lifts the team. This is something else that's important that I think a lot of these this newer generation, Gen Z, doesn't quite understand. Their presence lifts a team. Trusting others, inspiring others, and strengthening connection all starts within you. If you decide to do all these great things, go to the gym, wake up early, eat healthy, go to school, get your education up, you decide to go make money, it builds trust. They won't look at you as someone who just lays in bed all day. They'll look at you as someone who is a go-getter, is someone who's ambitious, someone who wants to make something better out of their lives. It's such a big difference than someone just laying in bed. How will you ever meet someone? How will you build relationships? How will you be able to find someone who's trustworthy? How will someone be able to trust you with a job, with assignments? Like, it won't happen. It won't come to you while you're in bed if you choose not to show up for yourself. If you choose to wait for motivation rather than consistency, it will not happen. Strengthening connection is important. Even though many of us are introverts and we say that we could go all of our life without interacting with another person, I'm here to tell you that that is false. We need that human connection. It is part of our communication system, it is part of our health. We need at least a little bit of communication and human connection every single day, whether we know it or not. Whether we know it or not, this is what we need. And if you continue to just lay in bed and scroll on your telephone and look at TikTok reels and Instagram reels and just send it to your friends, that is not enough. Your body is craving more. Your inner system is craving more for yourself and more for your future. And quite frankly, other people are probably craving more of you. But you're deciding to lay in bed and not do anything and just wait for that moment for motivation to hit. Motivation is not always there. You have to be consistent. Even if it's for 10 minutes, you can spare 10 minutes out of your day to get something going, to build momentum. So, for example, me personally, when I feel as if I want to study all day, if I want to lay in bed all day, it's not going to happen. I'm going to get up and I'm going to pick 10 minutes out of my day to go and try to do something, whether go to Panera, go to the library, go to a new coffee shop. If I just show up to the coffee shop, it is almost guaranteed that I will spend 10 minutes trying to do an assignment. And you know what? Then I'll get a little hook of it. Then I'll spend another 10 minutes trying to do another assignment or trying to do the same assignment. Then it goes up to 30 minutes. Then it'll be 40 minutes. And little do I know, locked in. Locked in doing the work. And that is something that wouldn't have happened if I hadn't gotten up and had trusted those 10 minutes. It's all about the small wins. It's all about the small treats. Treat yourself. Get a little coffee, a matcha. Say, whether it be doing a Bible study after, just makes you feel good. Something that makes you feel good. Even if you're just showing up for 10 minutes, it makes a difference. Now, I want to say that it all begins with you. Please know that it all begins with you. If you decide that you want to spend your life on your bed, scrolling through TikTok and just mourning the lives that you could have had, I'm here to tell you that it all begins with you. You can break the cycle. You can take 10 minutes. You can be consistent. Make a calendar. Mark things off as you go throughout the week. You can be consistent. You can commit. You can create change. You just have to want it, and it all begins with you. Thank you so much.